Cam Reddin, and this is your homecoming on 2SSR FM.
We're keeping with a bit of a trend this afternoon. There's plenty happening around the Shire, as there always is. As I mentioned, Shannon Knoll almost sold out at Tarrant Point next week. But that's not all that's happening. It's that time of the year. Uni's starting to break up. The school holidays, I think, are in a couple of weeks from now. So only naturally it is this time of the year that the events to go to start to prop up, particularly for the younger members of our Sutherland Shire. One of those is Youth Week, which is coming to Cronulla on the 8th of April, so just under 2 weeks away from now. Salina Alvaro is a friend of the show. She's the Shire's Young Person of the Year and is good enough to join me on this Good Friday. Salina, I had to pick one of a couple of ways to introduce you, Salina, but we are sticking with Young Person of the Year.
Thank you.
Now, Youth Week's coming up in the Sutherland Shire. One of your many hats is one of the youth councillors.
Yes.
As part of the council, kicking off on April the 8th. What's Youth Week all about?
Yeah, so funnily enough, not enough people know about Youth Week, but it is the largest celebration of young people in Australia, and the largest celebration for young people in Australia. Basically, it's a whole week of events organised by young people for young people, anything from band competitions to days where you can learn about like sexual health and things like that. So it's definitely something really, really cool that's happening in the Shire, but Youth Week itself is actually a national event, so there's things happening across Australia.
You mentioned there it covers the whole spectrum from fun stuff, really serious stuff as well. What are some of the events we can look forward to?
Yeah, so I'm going to highlight two events that are quite close to my heart. The first one is Youth Homelessness Matters Day and Hump Day. It's sharing a day and sharing an event at Cronulla Mall, 13th of April. Basically, it's a day where you can learn about youth homelessness and about youth sexual health, and it's a cool opportunity for young people to have their voices heard about the issues. And if you're not particularly passionate about those issues, it's just a great day with fun activities in Cronulla Mall, and free activities in Cronulla Mall. So always happy with that.
That's right. Well, a whole heap of free events down there in particular. I think off the top of my head, that is in the middle of school holidays as well. Is this one of the big events now that the Youth Council in particular is hanging your hat on and say, this is our focus, this is our big event for the year? That sort of thing?
I definitely think so, because I think the biggest problem with events is potentially promotion and attendance, because you can have such a good event, but if no one turns up to the event, it might as well be a terrible event. And so when you have young people involved in the event process, from conceiving the event ideas to planning it to promoting it to managing the event and evaluating it afterwards, something really important, and a reason that the Youth Council is looking at Youth Week to put our events in, is trying to get A, resources for the events, and B, promotion around the events. And because Youth Week is a national event, it's really good to kind of like tag on the end of that if we want to put out an event. So definitely a focus of ours to put our events during Youth Week.
Awesome. What sort of age groups can be looking to get involved? It's not just school kids, obviously. We're looking to get right across the spectrum.
Yeah, absolutely. So Youth Week itself is targeted at people aged 12 to 25 years old, and then you have events that are targeted to just under 18. So even though we put the bracket of 12 to 25, I know there are a lot of events that people under 12 would really, really enjoy as well. So it's definitely open to a wide range of people, although 12 to 25 is the target.
Fantastic. Get down there, get involved. The full list of all the things that are happening we'll chuck up on the Facebook page as well. You can go through the Shire website, which is sutherlandshire.nsw.gov.au. Selena, while you're here, I want to ask you, you're a bit of a film buff, I think it's fair to say.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I want to ask you, the big story of the weekend is Batman vs Superman. As a newcomer to any sort of superhero movie, I do confess I'm a little bit in the dark on this one. Without giving too much away, which I know you won't, I want to ask a yay or nay about Ben Affleck as Batman, because I was very sceptical.
Okay. Surprisingly, Ben Affleck as Batman, yay.
Yes? Really?
The movie itself, nay. That's our main problem, if we're going to break it down into two sentences.
Right.
Will you enjoy the movie? Yes. Is it a good movie? No.
Probably not.
Probably not. If you analyse the movie as like a film, I would give it a hard no.
Really?
If you want to go with your family and friends to see a movie, you're not going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
That's probably the thing that I would say.
But it's not one that'll be standing up on Oscars Day in 12 months' time. And no.
I cannot think of one element of the film
well,
that would
I know
warrant it an Oscar.
We say, okay, no film can ever live up to the hype. But that's just disappointing because I know this is probably one of the big hype movies. We saw Star Wars do it last year.
But I thought it lived up to the hype, definitely.
Really?
Huge, and I thought Star Wars lived up to the hype enough.
I think if any film could possibly live up to the hype, it was probably that Star Wars movie. But this one, by the sounds of things, everyone I speak to is saying that it's just a flop.
It's basically just a flop. In saying that, it's an entertaining flop. You won't regret spending your money on that movie. I just wouldn't recommend looking too far into it.
Right, I see.
Movie that is good that I would recommend, Zootopia.
Zootopia?
So, yes.
That's the little animated one, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I wasn't sold on it. It wasn't I didn't think it'd be my kind of thing. Hilarious. Very clever. It says a lot of really important social comments, but of course under the bracket of Disney, so in a really entertaining way. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, people said that about Inside Out as well, and that was a brilliant movie.
It goes in the same basket as Inside Out.
Wow,
really great.
that's a big
also,
rap.
Shakira has a song on it, if that's going to get you over the line.
That's just about all I need, I reckon. Salina Alvaro, Young Person of the Year, also from the Youth Council, advocate for Youth Week this year. Always good to chat. You can read her at salinasydney.com.au where she blogs. Also go searching on YouTube and Twitter for her as well. Always good to chat. We'll speak again soon.
Speak to you soon.
Cam Reddin, and this is Your Homecoming on 2SSR FM.